Hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen. Tonight I've cooked up a little concoction I just came up with the other day that I call this barbecue pork and cheddar polenta casserole. So, this is not quite cooled down yet, but we're going to try a spoonful of this. What you got in here? Well, you've got chunks of barbecue pork, cheese on top, a little bit of cheese inside it, lots of polenta, some corn, some red bell pepper, a little bit of garlic. Hot. You definitely want to let this cool down before you dig into it, but it is very good. I'm getting hints of that garlic in there, and into a bite of pork. Oh yeah. It's a really easy dish to make too. So let's go to the kitchen and make this right now. So here's our ingredients for polenta bake or casserole. Well, across the front I've got 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 5 cloves of garlic thinly sliced, 3 eggs. This is a 1/2 cup of butter. Notice that the butter's cut up into pieces. That's because this way it's going to melt faster. If we throw it all in one big chunk, it would take a while. This is going to speed things up. Over here we've got 1 red bell pepper, chopped up in small pieces. 1 can of corn kernels, rinsed and drained. Then back here is 1 pound or 450 grams of barbecue pork. That's just, this could be a ham, barbecue pork, whatever you can get your hands on like this. I know that sometimes this kind of barbecue pork might not always be available. Some good ham will do. But 1 pound, 450 grams, cut into small pieces like this, little chunks, or little, not even chunks, well, chopped up, okay? Anyways, over here, 7 ounces or 200 grams of cheddar cheese grated. Then at the back, we've got 2 cups of polenta. Now this is the kind of coarse-ground cornmeal for polenta. In fact, I've got the bag right here. They call it polenta, yellow corn polenta. I get this from Bob's Red Mill. They're a place out of Oregon that does everything stone ground and all, really good stuff, really high quality, good stuff. I can actually get this online nowadays, so fantastic. Polenta. So it's just it's a rough, you don't want the really fine cornmeal, you want the more coarse cornmeal. And then for the liquids, well, you want 5 cups of chicken stock or water. I find the chicken stock gives a bit more flavor in there. I don't have quite 5 cups of chicken stock in there, so I made up the rest with a little bit of water. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to put that out to one side over here. We're going to put the chicken stock, and this is really full, so I have to be careful. There we go. Alright, the chicken stock into there. The water looks like I've got some residue in here, so let's just use that to flush that out. Get all that flavor in there. Alright, and what I want to do, I'm going to bring that to a boil. So let's get that started. And speed things up a bit by putting the lid on. And the minute that comes to a boil, in goes the polenta. So, shortly. Alright, that's just come to a boil. So, in goes the polenta. Stir that in there a bit. Now I want to cook that polenta, just stirring it occasionally for about 5-6 minutes. Turn that down a little bit, just want to simmer it. I want to cook it until it starts to thicken a bit. When it starts to thicken, then we're ready to add some more ingredients. Alright, so see you back here, probably about 5-6 minutes. Alright, it's starting to thicken, look at that. It's looking good. I'm going to take that off the heat. Now what I want to do, I want to put in that butter. And Salt and pepper at the same time. Go in there. And then just stir it in until that butter melts. Alright, the butter's melted, that's looking good. So now, in goes the garlic, the corn, red bell pepper. Oh, we missed a piece of garlic there. Let's get that all in there. The meat. It's going to get pretty full, isn't it? There you go, Kevin. Again, using a pot. You could have used a bit bigger one. Oh well. Alright. Just stir that in. I figured we use this pot because it shows better. You can see inside it better, but yeah, we're kind of pushing it to the limit, aren't we? Okay. Alright, so looks like we got everything distributed throughout. What I'm going to do now is take those eggs and whisk them up. So put it in a bowl. In they go. 1. 2. And 3. Now let's grab the whisk. Whisk those eggs up nicely. Alright, that's ready to go in. Yeah, that's good. Push that right there, overflowing, isn't it? Alright, just going to kind of pour it in there. And we'll start mixing in pretty quick because we've got to raise the heat. So the heat is going to start cooking out of it. So away we go. Get down inside there. Oh, just a little spillage. Not too bad though. Oh, put more egg on my counter. It's lovely. Alright, that's looking good. Now, the cheese. You think, wow, how much further can we push this, right? Just about 1/3 of the cheese. Like about that much. Mix some of that cheese in, a little bit more. There. Oh, that's about 1/3. Alright, we're gonna mix that cheese down inside there. Yes, that's looking good. Now, let's get this stuff out of the way. Cheese over here, that down there. Because what I'm going to do now, I'll bring in, I've got my 9 by 13 casserole dish, and I've buttered it inside. And this, that's going to be hot, isn't it? This, I'm going to just pour in there. That is looking great. Get that all over the place. Just smooth it out a little bit. Now we've got that remaining cheese. That, let's put that over here somewhere. That's going to get sprinkled on top. Let's see. Spread that a little evenly. Oh, that's going to be really lovely. Alright, that's going to the oven over there at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius for 30 to 35 minutes. And then You're gonna bring it out. Deliciousness. Right. See you in a while. Alright, that's been 35 minutes in the oven. Looking absolutely perfect. Look at that. We got nice little browning on the cheese. Cheese all nicely melted. Bubbling underneath it. That's really hot right now. You want to let that sit a while before you eat it. But we are going to dig into that pretty quickly. Have a look. So, that's a look down the side here. Oh, look at that. That's just beautiful. So you have like all different things, each spoonful. You have some corn, some pork. Dare I? Hot. But, We're hot. Yeah, you definitely want to let that sit for a while, settle down a bit, cool down a little bit, and it's going to be perfect. Alright, if you like this recipe, well, do stick around and check out more recipes here on the Kuma's Kitchen channel. These are all original Kevin Riley recipes. These are ideas I come up with, mixed together, and cook for you. So, go check those out. You never know what you're going to find. Also, make sure, if this is your first time here or you've not done so yet, do make sure that you subscribe and click that notification bell, because that's what makes sure that you find out whenever something new comes out, because you never know what I'm going to make next. Alright, now, go make this and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.